It's like watching a movie. Now, watch that missile get blown up.
Boom.
The United States of America will hit and obliterate, not destroy, obliterate. There are various power plants, starting with the biggest one first. Thank you for your attention to this matter. President Donald J. Trump. And they said, well, they just straight up asked him, what do you think of President Trump's statement on Truth Social? And he just said, I think President Trump knows exactly what he's doing. And we stand together. Together, we're going to do this. We have a joke in CryptoCrush. Israel's the 51st state of the United States, and probably the most important state. I want to go from the bull market. I want to show you a pattern that's happening. Okay? Peak of the bull market, we come down, we create a brand new range. Here's the range, right? Friends, we are going down. We are going way down. Next stop, 65K.
Easy. Yeah, you know what's gonna happen. I see it coming already, man. Israel is gonna be the dirty dog as it's been in the last 3 years. You're gonna say, oops, Israel by mistake bombed something. It wasn't me. That's what's gonna happen.
Market's open for 2 minutes. Let's go to the minute candle here.
I just closed my sell on gold. Nice sell, by the way.
So
nice
you took the sell. Welcome everybody to another live CryptoCrush market open analysis. Markets open in 10 minutes. It's Monday, March 23rd. My name is Steve. I am the chief entertainer at CryptoCrush, joined by our commander out of Tel Aviv, Amir Isaacs.
What's up, guys? CryptoCrush family, how is everyone doing out there?
Better than you. How was the bombing last evening? How was the bombing over the weekend?
That was nice. Clear skies. We can see the interceptions. Very nice.
Oh, entertaining. It's like watching a movie. Now, watch that missile get blown up.
Boom.
Now, we had some very interesting things. If you are, by the way, you got to like and subscribe right now. One, because our man here is getting bombed, but he's still making videos. Two, if you're part of our group, if you're part of our community, the CryptoCrush community, CryptoCrush family, you would have gotten notifications over the weekend, and I want to talk about that. That's the first thing I want to talk about. So Trump drops this on Truth Social, 7:45 Eastern time, which is 11:45 my time, 1:45 your time. If Iran doesn't fully open without threat the Straits before it moves to 48 hours from this exact point in time, I love this guy. The United States of America will hit and obliterate, not destroy, obliterate. There are various power plants, starting with the biggest one first. Thank you for your attention to this matter. President Donald J. Trump. Hold on, I'm sorry. If you're whoever's leading Iran, how do you respond to that? Well, they did respond. They said they're going to start hitting. They know where we are, and they're going to, whoever we are, and they're going to hit recreational parks, hotels. That's what they said, right? But I'm going to blow up all your energy.
These guys. But they're holding strong. They're holding strong for their, they're holding their line, man.
I saw a clip of them interviewing Bibi. He was at a place where
with the coffee?
No. This is a real one. He was at a place at a residential area that got hit by debris from one of the missiles. And they said, well, they just straight up asked him, what do you think of President Trump's statement on Truth Social? And he just said, I think President Trump knows exactly what he's doing. And we stand together. Together, we're going to do this. And the big thing prior to this, so this puts the markets in panic, meltdown, right? Total meltdown. And I said my next buy order for Bitcoin is going to be around 65, I think. 60. What did I say?
On Bitcoin. On Bitcoin, yeah, it was somewhere around 65.
It's going to go to 55.
Yeah, eventually we'll drop even lower. But
all right,
short term, we said 65, somewhere there, 66.
Then Trump sends another message. I can't. He's the type of guy you can't wait. You just watch him because you can't wait to hear what's he gonna say next. Like, I gotta hear this.
Oh my God.
All right. So on March 23rd, that's today, Trump postponed planned strikes on Iranian power plants for at least 5 days, citing productive ongoing discussions and meetings. He instructed the Pentagon to hold off, subject to progress in talks continuing through the week. This suggests a partial de-escalation or extension following the original deadline. You think this lasts? You think Iran cooperates, Amir?
I think that's, in my opinion, like I think he's making a mistake. I think they see it as a weakness. They don't see it as we're talking and whatever. They buy time. That's how they work. That's how they always work.
I agree. They're buying time.
Yeah, they're buying time.
Agree.
Yeah. Don't worry, Habibi.
Yeah. Okay. Do you have ballistic missiles that can reach 2,500 miles? No. Do you have nuclear bombs? No. Now we find out they have the capability of 16 bombs that are missing somewhere in Iran.
And the barrels of the uranium as well. So
barrels of uranium in a country that's half the size of America.
I wish we would see something happening over there, like coming from Iraq and the Kurds, all these people helping the local people somehow overthrow the current regime. But America can't do that. Israel can't do that. The people need to do that. So
exactly.
If they're talking about getting, they won't cancel the thing, but Israel won't let that happen. I believe, like, we won't let that happen. If right now we stop this war and this happens and like they continue, I don't know what's the vibe in America or in Europe, but we are going to go to the streets. Like, no one is staying in power. The people will go to the streets, and we're not doing this. We didn't risk all of our friends. Our friends didn't die. We didn't do all this 3 years. We didn't cut the Hamas, the Hezbollah, all these. We didn't do all this. And then Iran, so that they can continue doing what they're doing. No. We are in the sky. We are here. Whatever we need, we are here. We're going to the army, whatever needs. So we are the people on the ground. The voices are very loud. And I think that Israel won't let them continue having the nuclear capabilities. So I don't know what Trump is doing, but Bibi knows what he's doing. That's what I can always tell people. Like, I don't like the guy, but end of the day, when
we have a joke in CryptoCrush. Israel's the 51st state of the United States, and probably the most important state. I love how you said we and Bibi, Israel won't allow it. At the end of the day, I think Israel, better or worse, the facts are, I think they're dictating how this goes. Full stop. I don't think Trump.
I think we only understand the truth, what's going on. I think a lot of people are disconnected around the world when it comes to that.
Trump is not in control, right? BB's got
Trump. I think Trump is in control because at the end of the day, look at Putin, right? If Biden would have done what currently is happening in Iran, come on, Putin, he would not sit quietly.
He would send some fighters over.
He would be like, this is the chance for me to show the Amerikanski that I'm stronger than him. Right? That's what he would do.
I love how you do that. Yeah. All right, so here's how the markets reacted, friends. So here Trump announces we're going to bomb them, dump. Then he announces, hey, we've called it off, pump. So this is a very interesting level here. Again, this is that make it or break it decision. But I'm going to tell you why I think, don't believe the hype. Let me show you something here. So let me open this up. This is this is my other channel, MEXC. We are here, right? I want to go from the bull market. I want to show you a pattern that's happening. Okay. Peak of the bull market, we come down, we create a brand new range. Here's the range, right?
It's a daily candle. So this
daily
is
candles, right?
So
wicks down, right? Breaks the range. This was the previous range was this thing here. That's a little further down. Bring it down right here. Look. So wicks comes down, breaks through the range, trades within the range, pumps outside of the range, right? Now, this looks small. It's not. We're on a daily candle. This is several $1,000s that's pumping up. Breaks above the channel. As soon as it breaks above the channel, where does it go? Breaks through the range.
Yes, sir.
Chops in the range. Watch this. Pops up above the channel. What happens? Breaks through the range. Let me bring this up. Breaks through the range all the way down here, right? Creates another channel. Top, 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 top. Pops through, breaks through the range, right? Look at this. Now we're in this range. Look how big these moves are, dude. When it breaks through the channel, breaks through the channel here. Look how massive these drops are. Now, we're in this channel here, chopping away. Chop, 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 chop. What happens? Pop up through the range. Friends, we are going down. We are going way down. Next stop, 65K.
Easy. Yes.
But
there's a support there at 65. It's like,
yeah, 65 is going to be a support. That would be if it drops fast and hard like it does here. You see how fast it drops? There's always a big bounce. Look at this bounce come up here. Boom. This bounce come up here. Boom. This bounce comes up here. This bounce way up. So at 65, you can make a nice swing trade for a few days, taking the bounce of this thing coming down. This is only pumping right now because Trump said, okay, we're not going to bomb them for the next few days. As Amir and I said, it's not going to change anything, right? Maybe Trump's trying to walk his way out of this.
You know what's going to happen? I see it coming already, man. Israel is going to be the dirty dog as it's been the last 3 years. He's going to say, oops, Israel by mistake bombed something. It wasn't me. That's what's going to happen.
There is, Europe also over the weekend
They're going to take too long like they did before. They're going to take too long. And then Trump is going to be like, I told you 48 hours. I can't control them because they're pressuring me. And it's like, what do you want of me? What do you want me for?
Yeah. Okay, market's open for 2 minutes. Let's go to the minute candle here.
I just closed my sell on gold. Nice sell, by the way.
So nice you took the sell. I also thought it would come down. It's going to break through this range. Let's go to the next.
I actually, for those who are in this call, today I'm scalping on sells. I did 2 positions already from what I did when we started the conversation. I took a sell, took profit at 430. It went back to 440. Then I took profit back again at 400. So it's scalping in this little range. And I think that it's a good, here, for example, here you can take another sell. When it goes back to 440, take another sell. When it goes to 400, take another small buy, and so on and so on. But do that carefully. That's what I'm doing. That's what I did. I don't know if I'm going to continue doing this for today, but that's what I've been doing.
Let's take a look at gold.
Because it is pumping back now to 400. I actually took profit at 400, and it's going back to a little bit. It's going back up a little bit. So
we put a buy order at 4,300. If you would have done that, you would have made a nice profit. It kicked all the way up to 4,500. If you took the buy order at 43, and remember, people were laughing at me like 43. No way. Oh yeah.
It dropped even lower, but it probably hit the stop loss. That's if you're.
This is a change in direction, right? If this continues to be above this, we could see higher prices back to 4,600 rather. With Bitcoin, next stop 65,000. Right, this line right here. It's going to chop a little bit and then break further down, and it's going to go to 55. Another thing, which I'm not going to show here just for the sake of keeping it short, but there is a very distinct 4-year cycle at in every asset class, right? There's always a 4-year cycle. Bitcoin is always in the same 4-year cycle. If you look at Bitcoin during midterm elections in the United States, which is this year, Bitcoin's always down. Commodities, oil, gold, metals, always up. We're in a war, so of course it's going to go up. I think you're going to have more. There'll be some sort of triggering event for Bitcoin to come down into the 50s and into the 40s. And
we had an interesting conversation. We also said 20, maybe, like one of our friends, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, he said
really gonna roll out.
I think we wick out at 39,000 and a big wick up, and then so October it could wick down to 39, chop its way all the way up into March, and then the bull up to 50, 55, and then the bull run really starts. And our plan, friends, right now is we are accumulating capital to purchase Bitcoin, and we're doing that through Veltrixa, and we're doing it through arbitrage, which tomorrow we're going to unveil, which is why you got to like and subscribe to get notified, join our WhatsApp group. But Amir and I have been testing arbitrage, and arbitrage is the first thing we did. We were on a call together, and we noticed that he was on MEXC in Tel Aviv, I was on MEXC in my office in the Netherlands, and we saw several $100 differences on the same exchange. Then we noticed within other exchanges between Blowfin, MEXC, Binance, Bybit, CoinGecko, the prices for all the cryptos were different. And some of them were really big. And we said, well, if we buy it on the cheap exchange and sell on the most expensive exchange, we make a profit no matter what. And then we said, well, it's very time consuming doing it yourself. Right. But if we could have
definitely
a bot,
not bringing it to the community, because
no, definitely not, right? Because it's too hard to do. It's very profitable, very hard to do.
And remind you guys, like Steven has been working on the institutional level with bots, with technology, with executions, with liquidity. There's so many parameters that you have to look into.
Yeah,
that
it's
people
not
usually
an easy
don't even
gig.
think about. It's like it's so hard because they actually, when you look into it, and we will talk about it, how they do it. It's very impressive, very, very impressive with the whole flash loans.
Well, so we've been testing an automated arbitrage program that we actually put in on Tuesday. We put in $12,667. And I forget the number today. As of this morning, it was like 20,500. It was at least a $7,500
I couldn't
profit.
believe you, bro.
What makes this
14,000? Because we also withdrew for testing the withdrawals.
Yeah, we withdrew.
I thought you were going to tell me like 14,000. You told me, I was like,
and
wow,
then
impressive.
We're going to show you tomorrow. We really we vetted the crap out of this thing. We ran it through so many scenarios, and this thing is working. It's working well, and we're going to show you tomorrow. We're going to do a 30-minute presentation tomorrow, what we're doing and how you can get involved. And people keep asking me, I had several calls today, well, that's like 3% per day. And I'm going to say we can make probably 1% per day. I'm not guaranteeing, but arbitrage trades.
Yeah, high risk, high reward. Ladies and gentlemen,
listen, arbitrage, I was going to say that arbitrage trades, I think, are the safest because it only executes the trade if it's a guaranteed profit. And
it's not a probability thing. That's
it's
not a probability thing. When you're trading, it's probability, right?
Yes.
Me and you right now are placing a trade. Everything that we discussed a few minutes ago, ranges, chopping down, sideways, faking out, then dropping all the way down. I placed another buy right now after I did a few sells because I said that I'm scalping on this little range. So I'm going to take a buy. I took a buy all the way back to 4,440. All of this that we're saying right now, that is probability. All right.
Exactly.
That may not happen. Okay. We do our chartings, we do everything, but this is different because it has to execute it only when the blockchain confirms it. So it does everything on the blockchain. It confirms the price differences, and only then it executes it. How do they do it? How we're going to be discussing that tomorrow because it's extremely impressive. I've seen technology. I've been around technology for about 12 years of my life. Cryptocurrency as well, about just cryptocurrency with technologies. I've been for like 7 or 8 years. So seeing this, the first thing I told you when we saw this, I was like, oh, they put here a lot of money. They put money on this thing. Because I saw, and I know, I was like, oh my God.
It's working really, really well. And we're gonna use this. We're gonna eventually with arbitrage, as with all things, like one of the things that we said was two weeks ago, we said that the banking institutions came together in Washington, D.C., and all the CEOs and C-suite executives, and they just came out and said, we're not going to allow $7 trillion to leave our accounts to go into crypto. Full stop. So 10 days after that, the Dutch government stops banks from allowing transfers into certain exchanges like MEXC, all these other ones. And you're seeing banks are, for safety reasons, it's not safety. They are terrified that if this Clarity Act goes through, then everyone is moving their money from the banks into stable coins where they'll get 10% per year. And the banks don't have the money to cover it. So I was talking to a crypto mom today. It was like, I'm going to empty half my savings and put it into crypto. I said, okay, imagine if everyone in Holland did that. Can the banks cover it? She said, no, exactly. They're terrified. They don't have the money because the money that you think you have in the bank is actually on loan that they gave to someone to buy a house, to buy a car, plan a wedding. So it's being used by somebody. They can't give it to you now. And
they have the reserves and the reserves and the reserves.
But it's not, it's still only 10%. They're only required to have 10%. I doubt they even have 10%. I would say it's probably more like 1%. And they're terrified. And they're going to do
good times for the people.
Huh?
Good times for the people because there is competition on financial systems.
But you got to come out. You got to get out of the banking industry. You cannot be in the banking. You cannot.
You're gonna get us arrested. Stop telling people to get their money out of the banks, man. You're gonna get. What are you doing, man? We love the banks. We love the banks.
No, I don't.
We love it.
I know. YouTube's gonna destroy us again. This is what got me in trouble last time. I called Operation Choke Point 2.0. I had so much harassment from institutions. You know that there's no such thing. Meanwhile, I just brought people online and said, yes, this did happen. They're going to make it very, very difficult for you to move money. That's why we're here to help.
They silent things.
I'm just saying at some point it makes the transition all into crypto. And if you're still in the banking system, you're toast. But if you are in the digital asset sector, then you're doing well. So tomorrow we're going to talk about arbitrage. In the meantime, I'm not buying this pump. This pump is news related. So I'm selling the news, right? We're selling the news.
Gold did go up a little bit back to 450. If somebody took that little scalp, we're looking good on that.
And the plan is we are going to use arbitrage, Veltrixa, mining, staking to accumulate as much USDT and Bitcoin as we can so that in March of 2027, we are fully in Bitcoin. We are out of Veltrixa, we're out of arbitrage, and we are in Bitcoin.
That bull run.
And we're going straight up to 180. And we have a plan, friends. That's our plan. That's what we're sticking to. If you want to join us on this ride, and we are on this ride with real money, right? We're doing real
Now
trade.
Is the time.
Now the time.
Either join us or you're going to watch us in the next 2 years.
Because there's a window of time. At some point, the government shuts it down. Everything becomes one price.
It doesn't shut it down, but it just becomes, the game becomes even harder. Really, really harder because the liquidity, because it just gets harder. Regulations come in, they want their piece. They're doing their job. They want their piece. Then there is the security systems that want their piece. They're doing their job, the cybers, right? So they put a block right there. So you have to give them a little bit bakshish. Everyone wants their cut and it becomes more complicated. So there's a window of opportunity. We're gonna talk about it tomorrow. We're gonna cover it. Make sure to like, subscribe, follow us, lock into your schedules these live calls. And man, I think we had a great call today. We had a few good trades.
Yeah, I'm gonna short. If Bitcoin hits, let me just quickly show this. We're gonna
put a setup on our VIP Telegram. What we're talking about right now, this is going to be posted on our premium VIP Telegram channel as well.
All right, know this: if it hits 76,000, I am gonna short the crap. I don't think it will. I think it could come to 74.
Yeah, well, you can do a zone.
So it's trying to break out. This is all news. I think it can go up to 76 over the week, but at the end of the day, it's going back down to 50. So I'm looking to short when it comes here. My next buy order will be at the 65, looking for a bounce. that would be a big scalp. And then I'm looking to short again. But if you don't want to do any of that and you just want to collect crypto passively, make sure you like and subscribe, because we're going to show you how you can make 10% per month, 5% per month, even 1% per day. We're going to show you how we actually do it, our real accounts. We're going to show you the transactions so you can see we're not lying. These are not demo accounts. We have real transactions that you can go see on the blockchain that this actually happened. Can't wait to share with you tomorrow what we've got under the hood. God bless you guys. Everyone be safe. Pray for peace. God bless you guys.